regrets me to do this, but something was happening last night, and yeah. So I need physical proof. So I'm gonna play a match, and if that 6-3-50 doesn't change on the top right corner, we have a major problem. All right, did a quick little match. We clapped, as we always do. If you want to see me use the Lucario, you know, you can just check out the other video. But I didn't want to make this about having a match or something like that. Ooh, plus I ain't do that good. Oh boy. But the main thing, let me remove my face because this is what I really wanted to see, just to have proof in the pudding. There it is. There it is. 0 EOS coins. And there's a specific reason why that is happening. Now, my issue with that is that pretty much what happens is that, according to what I researched, that there is a weekly limit for those coins. And that is, actually, let me go back into the game. I went premature went in here, right? Let me go back into the game, right? Now, my issue with that is that these coins are obviously used for to get the characters, right? So it takes about 6,000, as you can see, to get the lowest. 8,000 is the second tier, and then I think after that is 10,000. That's the highest tier. Now, for what I heard, and I didn't look too crazy into it. Oh yeah, even this stuff as well. The items are also within that system, which is really important. You know, if you need certain items for a certain character, they also have dual currencies. So it's like, you know, you can get it with one or you can get it with the other. But we all know the reason why they're doing that, and that's specifically because, hold on, I can go through it from here, right? Garchomp's 10,000. I want that character. I want that. You need more. Oh, how do I get more? And it actually does tell you. Okay, I was like, where did they get this information from? Attainable through battles up to 2,100 EOS coins per week, as well through events and other sources. So it seems like these don't have a thing. So the only way you can get EOS coins is 2,100, and then you have events. You know, stuff like this, the 14-day welcome event, and you can see that there's some here plus characters, right? You also have the daily missions, where I think you get some in some of the daily missions. Yeah, you get a few here. Normally what I would do is that I would try to calculate all this stuff, but see, these are not here forever, right? This one's not here forever. This one's, as you can see, it's up until, they give you a decent amount of time because they know not everyone's gonna have the game immediately right now. But so once these events are gone and they're done, like I have to go probably play this mode. No, is there any coins here? Nope. Because honestly, the Pokemon and also the items are the most important thing in the game, and it just seems like they are, for some reason, a free-to-play MOBA. I don't understand why they thought it was a good idea to limit the currency that you use to obtain units. Now, not to say that I'm getting bored, that would be the complete opposite of what I want to say, but in boredom conversations go, I can only play a certain amount of characters, right? And then it's gonna go down to even smaller once I get to the fact of the characters that I specifically want to use. Now, these characters I think are the free-to-plays, and if it's like League, they'll rotate these characters. These, I guess it's 4. They'll rotate these 4 every week or so, or every 2 weeks. I forgot how League did it, and then you'll get another couple characters and you can play with those. So right now I'm already at the point where the matches are quick, and I think that this is just a oversight that they have, right? The matches are quick. So after being playing hours and hours and hours, I just noticed that bam, I'm not even gaining extra currency to get a new character. So I'm stuck using the characters that I have. And you have to exclude 1, 2, 3, 4 out of that equation. So I can only use these characters here. So again, let's say I don't like Venusaur, which I don't. I actually haven't tried Slow Blow just yet. I like Ninetales. I like Lucario. I like Talonflame, he's okay. Zeraora I like a little bit. And, you know, I kind of have to bounce around with those things, but I'm playing so many games with them. I think this is a little bit different from League of Legends because you spend like 30 minutes at a time, so that your time gets soaked up. But I've probably already played a decent amount of matches with Talonflame, with Lucario, with Zorora, you know, doing the same moves, and it, you know, the move pool is a little bit smaller because of, you know, because of the way the game works, right? So it's just like you start to get this little feeling like, damn, I really want to try and use the other characters. Now, normally I wouldn't mind that. It'd be like, well, you know what? Let me grind through it, right? Let me grind through it. Grind a couple matches, put on a boost or something like that, and we'll get there eventually and we'll have all the characters. But you legitimately can't do that. And that is what is bothering me. And what I would like to call this is the gotcha syndrome. And I don't mean to, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, stop shitting on, but it honestly is. It's when they add in systems that work in gotcha games into other things that really don't need it. It's kind of like what they do with the sports games. They just add gotcha based systems into it when it has no real business being in there. Like, I think it's like you put a sports games with the cards system or something like that, and they just added it because it just adds a revenue source on top of whatever you already have by just adding in certain gotcha mechanics, because they've been known and proven to increase revenue inside of a game. So now, I don't mind a game trying to increase their revenue. I mean, it's a free-to-play game, and it obviously is not free to make, especially with the Pokemon IP. You know, you have to probably spend a lot. This thing has to earn money, or else it's gonna die on the floor. Right now, the queue system is like instantaneous, and I think that is cool. But at the same time, I know what happens if people stop playing, if people start not liking it, they're getting bored. And I think that limitation there might cause huge issues. There's already talks about the game being pay to win because of the items and things of that nature. That the fact that you can pay money right now and have pretty much access to most of that stuff, all the characters and the items and the leveled up version of the items, by providing that you also get the stuff that levels that up as well, because they have that. And again, that is gotcha stuff. And I will be very clear that in League of Legends, when it first came out, or at least when I first played it, they did have stuff that you can kind of like pay for. But one, it was a boost account, not boosted account. I mean, people were paying for boosted accounts, but they had a boost, so you can gain currency quicker because you had to buy rune pages and you had to get the runes. And with the, you know, you could either wait and do it, which it wasn't that bad, but it was, if you were playing like a lot, you would get it. It wasn't that bad. You pick a character that you really liked, and then you could just kind of farm the game with that character while you were learning the game. I think that their misstep here is that the game is easy. This game is not as complicated. It's not that complex. There is complexities into the game, but it's easy and it's quick. And you're going to learn that cycle. And right now, it's so fun. I've talked to so many people that it's so fun. It's so fun. And I think that that's the same thing that you get from like a party game. When it's fun for really quick, everyone's playing it, and then it dies down. And like I said, the game gets murdered when you have 5-minute queues and 3-minute, like queues that are as long as the game that you're supposed to be playing, and then it goes south. And this is what, you know, the issues that League have when they have longer games. So I'm just comparing the two because that's honestly the model. The currently League of Legends model, and that was the reason why they did away with rune pages and things like that, because they didn't want to, you know, alienate people or have certain people just have an instinct advantage over other people. And before, you can mix and match whatever you wanted. You can have a rune page with something that didn't even match with your character, but now League has it that the rune pages are set up in a way that you kind of can't mess up. Even if you do something that's not as optimal, at least you won't be punished too much, and it's easier to decipher what's good and what's bad. So the reason why I also just wanted to make the video is just like, why? Oh man, like I just don't understand. I mean, it is Tencent, that is a more well-known gotcha game company, so I do feel like they probably was like, let's implement some of these things. It's worked in our other games, and I just don't think it's necessary when you have such a good base system. I do think it's like most of the time, I do think that companies, especially the gotcha companies, I think what they do is that they purposely do bad things to recover, to show that they're listening, because they can easily fix most of the issues that they do cause within their own games. But I do think that this was an oversight. I really do honestly think that this is a legitimate oversight. I don't think that they really analyzed the play pattern of the game. I don't think that they thought through what would happen when people have played 1,000 games in a few days. I think that they were thinking that people wouldn't notice that, oh, you can only get a weekly amount. I've never known of a MOBA to do something like that, because it's a MOBA. They want you to play. You're supposed to be able to play all day and gain the currency that's going to allow you to get the characters, because that's the most important part of the game. You want to get the characters that are out, and you want to get the characters that are new. Let me show you guys something. All right, so I'm in League right now, and you guys can see my my currency. Now this currency is the currency I've had. Now I've been playing League for years, so I just wanted to show you quickly. Hopefully there's, okay, this is great. Akshan dropped, so this is perfect. So a new character in League of Legends costs 78,000 of this blue stuff, right? I have a plethora of that because I've played for so long, and I just keep playing. And then this is the pay currency, which I do still spend money in this game, which is 975, which is obviously cheaper. So it always looks like, oh, the easiest route to get these characters is by paying money, and it is. But if you keep playing, you could stack this stuff up. Now, if I go back into the lovely world of this, 2,100 a week outside of the events, because even League has things that, you know, you get additional blue essence and things of that nature. But 2,100, you're not even getting some of these characters. You would need to, what is the math on that? Obviously the easy one would be this one, 6,000 characters. So you would need to wait 3 weeks to get Pikachu, 3 weeks Snorlax, 3 weeks Charizard, right? And again, some of these characters are in events, and you're gonna get them eventually. Like Cinder Ace, as we saw, you're gonna get Cinder Ace eventually. I think another character you're gonna get eventually within a couple days, right? So it might be smarter to not buy 8,000 right here, which is a character. Cinder Ace is one of my best characters that I use right now, but I don't have him, so I can't use him in ranked. I can only use him while he's free to play. But then eventually I'm gonna get him in another thing, so maybe I'll spend the 8,000 or save even up to 2,000. But I'll only know that I'll have 8,000 by that time, so I can then have to wait another week and then maybe get Greninja. But then what if I don't like Greninja? That was the thing about getting a character. Once you gain so much EXP and stuff like that, you didn't, you know, oh, okay, I didn't like that character. And then sometimes I wouldn't mind spending the extra money to alleviate the fact that I didn't like the character as much after trying it, or I have to wait. And this is a smaller pool as well. League has a way bigger pool of characters that you may or may not like. So I guess that is my gripe. Like, as far as the game, I know people are thinking of pay to win and stuff like that, because you can just buy a bunch of that stuff. I don't think necessarily that's the case. It's like pay to progress, because you're eventually going to get the stuff eventually. So that's like the kind of thing, eventually. So it's not like people that are low spending or no spending don't have access to the stuff, but at the same time it would take a lot for them to get access to it. And I think that is what is my biggest gripe about it, I guess. And I think that they should have went the true free-to-play MOBA route. Even when I played Smite, I use League as a big example for most of it, right? When I played Smite, when I played Paragon, when that was a thing, they didn't really have this. I feel like this is just because this game was made from a gacha company, that they have to have some type of limitation of play or limitation of obtaining items. I don't know, maybe they scratched their beard about it. It doesn't make sense, because I feel like you gain money in the beginning of it, but you don't keep the money later. You lose. You made $1 million, but you lost out on the opportunity of making 5. I just don't. I don't get why they do that all the time. I just don't. It just, like I said, my only real conclusion of when they do stuff like that is that they mess it up on purpose to fix it. Because right now they can make a thing, and like people are saying this game's pay to win. They can easily alleviate that stuff, take it out of the game, and then people will be like, they're listening, the devs are listening. And I get tired of that cycle, because it's literally every gacha game that I started to notice that this keeps happening. Punishing Grey Raven's dealing with it right now. They're listening, and it's like, are they though? Are they though? But that's M.F.O. YFO's in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about Pokemon Unite and their issues with monetization. Like right now, it kind of killed my curve to play as often. I'm still gonna play. I kind of want to keep playing ranked, but to know that I'm not gaining pretty much any currency for it, I'm not really gaining anything at it. Whether I'm good or bad at the game, I could just play normals. I can just play with friends, and we can just bust cheeks all day and be fine, you know. But I also wanna play within the system, and the system is just, it doesn't seem like it's that beneficial to play all day. Like, imagine just playing the game. You probably reached 2,100 coins. We reached it in about 2 days, and then I should just stop playing. unless, especially what I'm saying is also when the events run out, right? The events are going to run out. They're not going to keep giving you free Pokemon. I think this is something, again, and you guys know me, fix the issue before it becomes a bigger issue, because it's already an issue and the game's only been out for what, 2 days? 2 days, people are already like, yo, people that spend money are getting way too much versus people that don't. And people that don't and people that are still playing a lot, and you made the honeymoon phase a divorce. The honeymoon phase is now in a part where some people want to divorce it, and I think that that's insanely crazy that this is a huge oversight. Or like I said, it was done on purpose for good karma. But again, let me know how you guys feel. Am I gonna still play it? Oh, of course. I still want to show you guys and do guides on every little character. It's fun. But I did want to address this because it was something that I just noticed, and it's something that I want other people to know, that yes, this game is trying to get you to spend some money, more so than what I thought, and I like to let my audience know about that as soon as I start catching stuff like that. Like, oh, by the way, the game is kind of like geared like that. So I want to be, full disclosure, so you guys aren't running into something that you don't like. If you like the game, make a really good decision on what character that you like, and know that you're gonna probably be stuck with that character for a while if you don't want to spend any money. So if you're not a content creator where you can at least be like, well, maybe a couple of videos, well, I'll get the money back, just know that you better really like the game or really want to support it. Free to play games, I like to always have a model that I want to spend as much as I would on a full price game. So a full price game, especially now, is about $65 something. So technically I should be willing to support my hobby, and that's how I look at it, support my hobby and spend about $60 something in a free to play game to give it the same amount of money I would have that's just how I logic it out anyway. And what is nice about a free to play game, I can do that over time. I don't have to do that immediately just to get into the game. So, but I feel like, don't force me to do it either. You said it was free, make sure that it actually feels free. Let me support you when I want to show you that you deserve support. And that's all it is. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, and just remember that every day the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.